Yo, what up, Nyakos? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live for your mama's house. Doing my thing as I usually do. You know that most hated dude with the incredible mood? That's me, once again. Bringing you guys a video about 3 myths about Russian girls. And this also includes Ukrainian, Belarusian, basically the same. I'm not saying it is the same, but they're fucking similar. Take your feelings to the corner and cry about it, but they're very similar. The Russian, Belarusian, and Ukrainian girls. You know what? Culture, language is similar, and all that shit. Looks are similar. Is that I don't know. For some reason, girls in Ukraine and Belarus look a little more exotic, maybe even a little better. Like Jesus Christ, I can't wait to visit Belarus one day for some business. If I get some business out there, I'd like to visit, but I don't want to go out there for fucking fun. But maybe one day I'll get some business. I'll visit for a few weeks or whatever. You feel me? But other than that, I want to get to the 3 myths, all right? So let's get to the first myth that a lot of people believe is true about Russian girls. And the first myth is, did I say first myth? First myth, I don't want to be like motherfucking Birdman saying respect. So I'm going to pronounce everything as properly as possible. The first myth is that Russian girls require a lot of money. Well, when it comes to casually dating, I would say this is absolutely false. Because in my adventures, and I've had numerous, and especially the past 2 months, and I couldn't even make many videos, that's not the case. I don't remember ever having to pay for a girl on the first date by any means of her not going for her bag. So basically, every time the bill comes, the check comes, whatever, we gotta pay, the girl always goes for her bag and takes out money. This was at least 98% of the time. I've expected it so many times that only I would be going for money, but it hasn't happened, at least not from what I remember. If it did happen, I don't remember. Now, what does happen is sometimes that I would I would be kind of close to a girl, close enough to her, and I'd be willing to pay for her, and she would argue and fight with me about paying for it. So, like last time I went out, the girl in the picture is actually the pog chick that I'm seeing out here. The one I told you guys was a top pog. So I figured I'd just use this photo because it's a beautiful photo. I could stare at it all fucking day. We went out. When did we go out? It was Saturday. Saturday, yeah. It was me, her, my homie Mike, and the girl he was with. The whole double date thing. Made a video about it. When it was time to pay for the bill, she took out money, and I was telling her, there's no reason for you to fucking pay anymore. I'll handle it, whatever. She's like, no. I'm like, you don't have to pay for it. And we just argued back and forth, and then whatever, she just paid her part of the bill. And that's actually what typically happens, and this girl doesn't have a job. She's a hustler like me. She works on a computer, just like I do. You know what I mean? So she makes her own free time, her own schedule and shit like that. But I don't know how much money she's making because she's getting paid in rubles. I'm getting paid in dollars. So, that's one humongous difference between us when it comes to making money and shit. So that's the first thing. It really hasn't been the case. If anything, girls have bought way more drinks for me than I bought for them. And I'm pretty sure they do it for other men too. I'm not that special. I mean, I may stand out, but I ain't that special when it comes to the super duper attractive apartment. Because let me tell you, guys, there's guys out there who try to convince you that because you're black, you get all the girls and shit. Don't think of it that way. I'm telling you, it's not like that. I can't wait till you come out here and you think because you're black, all the girls will be all over you. No, you gotta be black and interesting. Ugly black niggas is still ugly black niggas. You're not gonna get much play. It doesn't matter where you're from. Trust me on that. You can come out here and find out yourself. If you're an ugly dude, you're an ugly dude. Don't let anyone try to tell you otherwise. Ugly niggas get treated like ugly niggas worldwide. Doesn't matter. And what's worse is if you're black and ugly, that makes it worse because one, being with a black person is kind of like a risk in general. How people look at you, comment shit. And if you're with an ugly black one, that makes it like 2 times as worse. So yeah, trust me, don't be falling for that kind of shit. Anyway, that's the first myth. Second myth is Russian girls like vodka. Like Russian people like vodka. Maybe so, but Russian girls, absolutely no. It's very rare that I meet a Russian girl who actually wants to drink vodka. They typically only drink vodka when they have no choice of something to drink or it's a really special occasion, but typically Russian girls like whiskey and cola. That's a drink a lot of them ask for. That's a drink I see a lot of them ordering. It's a whole whiskey and cola thing. I personally try to get girls hooked onto the whole Bailey shit because I love Baileys, man. I know it's real sweet, and a lot of people be like, oh, Bailey's is fucking sweet. It's like fucking chocolate milk to fucking drinking chocolate milk with vodka in it. No, but no, I think it's real good, man. The first time I had it, I was in Ukraine. That shit was tasty as fuck, man. I love that. But girls typically like whiskey and cola. I don't care much for whiskey or cola at all. I'm into red wine. You know, it's good for the heart. Doctor said it and shit. You know, I feel drinking that. But yeah, and when it comes to holding alcohol as a bonus, Russian girls hold it much better than American girls. I remember when I was in America, I could see girls fucking drunk, falling on the floor, stumbling, passing out at the bar, doing stupid shit, fighting people in the street because they're drunk. I don't see that in Russia. In Russia, it's the other way around. If anyone gets really drunk, it's the guys. You know, the guys get drunk and start doing crazy, stupid shit like the video I made like a week ago about the big fight I saw on the Crazy 48 Hours, part 2. The guys who were fighting each other because one guy got so drunk he walked in front of some random dude and put his hands in his front pocket. Like the guy would just let him do that. Like I could not believe when I saw that shit. This dude just walked up to him, put his hands in his front pockets. I've never seen anything like that. He's like, hey, how's it going? Give me all your money. It's just no intimidation, just plain poker faces, put his hands in this dude's pockets, got fucked up. Man, I wish I had recorded that fight. If I recorded that fight, I wouldn't be able to put it on YouTube. I don't know what to do with it. I would record some Russian fights I see. My problem is I don't know what to do with it. I record the fight, then what am I going to do? I can't put it on YouTube. YouTube won't allow it. You know, especially when it's really bloody and shit. What am I going to do with it? Where the fuck am I going to put these fight videos? I have no idea. And I don't see there's any money in it for me. That's another reason why I just say fuck it. You know what I mean? Fuck it. And that one. Now, for the last and not least myth about Russian girls. Is this? Yeah, it is about Russian girls. The last myth about Russian girls is they have no ass. It is a myth. Now, let me be very clear about this. Let me be very clear. Russian girls do not have an ass as often as Hispanics or black girls. They don't have it as often as Hispanic or black girls. Okay? But they do have it more often than Asians. Now, this isn't just about the ass on the girls, it's about the reaction to the ass, alright? I have seen some big asses here and there in Russia. It does exist, and sometimes it can get ridiculously big. They could be real donkey. But remember, a lot of these Russian girls tend to hide it. A lot of them tend to hide it. A lot of them don't want to show it. So a lot of times when a Russian girl has a... Like, I remember, I'll never forget the 2 biggest asses I've ever seen in Russia. The 2 biggest asses I've ever seen on girls that I didn't know. The first one was in the city of Chelyabinsk. Now, she was wearing a tight dress, but she was with her boyfriend. And that shit was ridiculously huge and nice. Ridiculously big. I mean, ridiculously big and just beautiful. Jesus. But I think the reason why she was showing it was because she was with a boyfriend. They were holding hands, so she's able to show it and doesn't have to worry about being insecure because maybe he likes it. Second biggest ass I've ever seen was in Russia from a girl I didn't know, because it's different from girls I know, was in the city of Omsk. I was hanging out with some guys in this, I don't know, it's like a little, it wasn't a pub, it's like a little cafe where they smoke hookah, kalyan, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And they were playing the game Mafia, and after the game Mafia was over, they all decided to walk out, and this one girl was leaving. She was the first one to leave, and you know how some girls wear like long shirts to cover their butts? You know how they wear those long shirts to cover their asses? You know, but it doesn't work because if their ass is really huge, the shirt is just gonna be like flying backwards. That's what happened with her. And yo, the shirt was like at a 90-degree angle. I was like, God damn! Alright, not 90 degrees, you know what I mean. You feel me? But I was like, God damn, that shit is, it was just unbelievably big. And she was trying to hide it. So I noticed a lot of girls out here with big butts. And those are just 2 examples. One was showing it because she was with her boyfriend. The other one wasn't because she wasn't. But typically when girls have big butts out here and they're by themselves, they tend to hide it. Especially the heavyset girls. They tend to hide it. So I'm willing to say that Russian girls have bigger butts more often than we think. Way more often than we think. You know what I mean? And don't forget, a lot of the big girls, like I told you guys in the other video I spoke about, when I was speaking about this topic, that a lot of big girls in Russia don't like going out too much because the competition is too much for them and they feel insecure. And I heard this from a lot of Russian guys. They always say, man, I don't see any fat girls. I never see any fat girls. It's so rare. Well, they stay inside because, you know, the competition, they're not beautiful. And there really might be some truth to that because I've heard that a lot of times. And so there you go, guys. 3 myths about Russian girls. Let me know what you think. If you have any... Don't ask me stupid ass... I hate niggas asking me stupid ass questions about Russian girls that they expect me to answer. Like, do they smell good down there and all that stupid shit? Stop asking me those stupid ass questions. You know what I mean? Ask me some PG-13 fucking questions. You guys piss me off with them retarded ass questions. And I'm out, Nyakos. Later.